These are challenging times. Social distancing and isolation have put us all on edge. We're fighting boredom and more boredom and more boredom. Trying to entertain our kids the best we can. And sometimes, maybe we're not making the best parenting decisions. But please, let's not judge one another. We're all in this together. And someday, it will be over. We know, babe. We know. Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Parent Crap Fully Loaded, a show created by and for parents. My name is Bina Martin, and I am the director and your host this afternoon. Today was supposed to be our opening night at the Annoyance, but instead we are live streaming to you. So thank you for being here. We're very excited. We know that there's a lot of poor quality video that you could be watching right now, and we want you to know that we're grateful and flattered that you picked us. But really, if we can just be an excuse for you to have 45 minutes to yourself, we've done our job. The bar is low, and we are honored to be your wine chaser. We have a packed show for you today. We're going to do some improv, some videos, some things that we've been working on, and there's going to be a chance at the end for you to vote on what kind of content that you'd like to see, the things that you are going through right now at home. So please be thinking about the craziest thing that's been said or done or happened to you during this quarantine, and we will check back in with you later. So as I just said, so periodically during the show, we're going to come to you for suggestions, and you can make those suggestions when we prompt you by putting them in the comment section below. So let's practice that now. What is your favorite color? And you can start commenting right there. I can see it. Start throwing out, putting in the comment section, your favorite color. I don't see any. Well, Cass, what's your favorite color? Oh, somebody said green. Yay, we'll go with that. Green was correct. It's the only one. Blue, yay, now they're coming. Awesome. So now that you've got the hang of that, we are going to come to you for a suggestion of something that is polarizing in parenting. So like breastfeeding or how much screen time to have. Thank you. Great. We've got all these great colors. Thank you so much. So now use those newfound skills. What is something that you are either dealing with, are tired of dealing with, one of the big issues like breastfeeding or screen time, any of those things. Keep them coming. I still got colors. I love it. Anyone? This is going right now.
Blue can be very polarizing, so I get it.
Blue is fighting about screen time, sleep schedules, teething. Great. Let's go with sleep schedules. Sleep schedule will be our subject. So welcome, parents. Thank you for being here. We take you to this support group meeting. So this is a trying time for all of us. We're so grateful to have this group to discuss the hot button issues. So today's topic is going to be sleep schedules. What are some of the experiences that you all are having with your sleep schedules?
Well,
schedules are really just one of those things that are, really in the ether. We really don't need schedules for our children. They really should make their own path, I would say, as they seek their day. Should they want to lay down for a light snooze, let them be.
It's interesting, Dan. We're having quite the opposite experience at our house. My husband and I are really committed to keeping our kids on a tight schedule from a sleep perspective. So we have them wrapped up in bed 8 p.m. every night because we are not going to make it to 8:01. And so really it's a, self-preservation tactic, but it's working quite well for us. 8 p.m., 7 a.m., that's it. No kids.
8 p.m.? What about the lunar schedule? Have you seen the phases as the moon moves across our sky? Sure, they don't change much, but they're noticeable. And I don't want to miss my 2-year-old to miss that. They can stay up as they please. And I choose for them to make their own choices and schedules.
They're still going to be waking up at the same time every day. So it's like you're sort of shooting yourself in the foot, because my daughter can fall asleep at 11 p.m. and she will be awake at 6:30 in the morning every single day. Which brings me to another question. Don't you want to have some time with your significant other?
Exactly.
Sit them down. You got time for each other.
But see, Rebecca, the problem is our significant other is the reason why we are in this shit boat. So I'm kind of with Dan on this one. Let's just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. Don't you feel like every minute of every day is already overscheduled? There's after school commitments, before school commitments, there's tutoring, there's sports, there's church, there's dinner. Ugh, too much. Wait.
I don't know. At our house, I see such a connection between bad behavior and too little sleep that I think it's a train wreck.
You know what another indicator of bad behavior is, though? It's bad parents. Usually, really direct correlation to that.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of it at your house.
No, you see how I am? You only imagine how my kids are.
Another way to get like alone time or just some space is for you to just walk out the front door. Of course, 6 feet away from everyone else, but just walk out the front door and take a 45-minute, hour-and-a-half walk away from your child. Another choice is we have large straps of Velcro and also plenty of twine that can keep them safely in one place for an extended period. And that helps. Sometimes they do fall asleep, and I do feel like they get their rest.
I think that's called abuse.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what the fuck Dan's talking about. I'm not going that far.
I wouldn't call it abuse. I call it a time apart, and it's necessary to teach them early and to give them the space that they require, the space that you require. Right, buddy? See, he's got duct tape over his mouth right now, but he's fine. He's just, he's sort of looking at a book. He's not turning pages, just looking at the one page.
Well, this has taken a turn. We seem to have one of our parents late today. Maybe he's sleeping himself. Zach, is Zach there?
Oh, yeah. Hey, there it is. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I was listening to the whole thing, and very interesting. Dan, you scare me. Never ever get near my child. But I'm recently divorced, so I'm doing anything that I can for these kids' affection. So, but I'm it's kind of going both ways, because first week that I had them, I let them do whatever they wanted. Cookies at night, stay up for as long as you want. They were in bed by 3 o'clock watching cartoons.
Well, these are the moments they're going to remember. You're making memories. You're not making a schedule. Truly. And I loved it. And I love that they love spending time with me, because all they said was, Mom makes us go to bed and we never get to do this with Mom. And she would never let us watch that. That's so violent. And it was great. But then after about a week of that, they started crashing hard and they were unbearable. Tantrums here, crabbiness there. I don't know, honestly, what to do with them. They're kind of unbearable right now. So I've been giving them a lot of coffee and ice cream and hoping that just like fattens them up and calms them down. But I don't know, I'm at a loss. I don't know where to be on this. I'm thinking no rules is probably not the right solution, but I don't want to put my foot down because I don't want them not to love me. And I barely have a foothold on their love. So I don't know. I'm just kind of listening in and seeing where to go. So you guys keep going. It's good stuff.
A very polarizing issue, and as well as something useful to figure out how to buy your child's affection with whatever it takes. So thank you, parents. I think we learned a lot here. There are cookies in the break room. I know that's what you really came for, so please go get them. Awesome. Thanks. Thank you. All right. So, you know where else you can learn a lot is the internet. So we have been scouring it for some good parenting advice, some content tips, the ever-present cooking shows that can help us right now. So here are some of the helpful things that we've found to get you through this time.
Hi, I'm Jen Malinsky, and I am making the most of this stay-at-home order by keeping things as normal as possible for my family. I live in the western suburbs with my husband of 25 years, our 2 dogs, and our 2 amazing sons. And I feel as though spending as much family time together and keeping things as normal as possible will keep our kids happy, content, and safe. How do you do that? Well, there are a lot of art projects, there are a lot of puzzles, and of course, there are a lot of board games that we play. We are doing great. Our family has never been stronger. Those are just some tips that I have, and maybe you can share some of yours. I'm coming!
What's up, interwebs world? It's me, the #1 stay-at-home dad. Now, I know some of us are having trouble with what's going on with the coronavirus, so I'm here to help you figure out ways that you can keep your partner happy and, more importantly, keep your child happy in these trying times. So that's why I've come up with a 5-solution system to make sure that we know what we're doing and how to do all of those things I just said during the coronavirus pandemic. All right, let's get to it. So now what we do is we take a break from our carrying case and we make sure that we are pony noobs together. As you can see, my only 7-month-old child is ready to get ready and rock and roll. Pony noobs. Say it, girl. Pony noobs. You heard it here first. The #1 video game tandem in the state of Illinois. Pony noobs. Let's get to it. What you gotta do is you gotta make sure that you're ponying them, okay? You hit the buttons. That's what I'm saying, it's very... Obviously, things get hard when we're pony noobs. We get hungry and we need to refuel. That's why I'd like to thank my sponsor. And it's also important to keep the child hydrated so that they know how to pwn noobs whenever they can. All right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna help our little one pwn noobs. So first things first, we need to make sure and check for poison, because sometimes snacks have poison. That tastes poison free. Let's try a little one. She's a natural. So exercise. It's the #1 important thing to do to make sure that your mind stays sharp and that your child also, their mind stays sharp as well. So the first thing I like to do, I like to get on the ground and then I like to do a couple of push-ups. Let's get it. 1, 4. I could do this all day. That's how we get it. Whoa, what a workout. I know I'm spent. What about you? Sometimes baby girl is ready for a nap. Sometimes she's not. But either way, in order to keep your mental health, you need to make sure that you are doing everything you can to put her down for her nap when it is nap time. Please go to sleep. Daddy loves you. Oh, Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. Out like a light. Piece of cake. Now we move on to our final step. Let's get to it. All right. Now this last and final tip is not for your kids. It's romance. What do you think?
Oh my gosh. Let's do this. Quarantine style.
Now we can't show you the rest of it because it's not allowed on the YouTubes, but there you have it, folks. Those are the 5 tips to make sure that your home is coronavirus pandemic ready. Right, let's get to it.
Hi guys, it's Anna and Casey, and we are back. As you know, Anna hurt her arm, so we haven't been able to post videos for a long time, but we are back, and we've been watching a lot of Disney Plus. So we were super inspired for this cooking edition to do something on Be Our Chef. So yeah. So let's get started. So Anna is going to pick out a recipe. Well, you're gonna pick out like a character. I don't know, how does the thing? I only watched it once. Like, so you pick out like a character, and then that inspires you to do whatever like our favorite dishes. Just pick any, like, pick your favorite character.
Gus?
Like, pick your favorite character, like Maleficent or something.
Maleficent.
Well, you're just doing that because I just told you to do it, and it's the first one. Like, who's your favorite character?
I guess Sleeping Beauty.
Great, Sleeping Beauty. So, what is something that Sleeping Beauty would eat? Like, I guess that makes her sleepy or whatever. Maybe we should pick something else.
White?
How much Sleeping Beauty? Yeah, Snow White. Great. Okay, so apples. Like, Snow White eats apples, so we could make like an apple pie. All right, so we're going to make an apple pie inspired by who was it? Snow White? Snow White, because she ate an apple and like died or whatever. So we didn't totally think this through because we don't have a lot of apples. I found 1 apple in the back of the fridge, this pear, and we don't have pie crust, yeah, but we found some Little Caesars pizza. So we're cutting the apples. I think this is a Gala apple. Ew, is that a hair from Sam? Sam's our cat. Oh my god, what is happening? Oh no. Here, there you go. Apple pie. We're gonna put that in the oven. Wait for it to cook. It's gonna be so good.
So it's finally ready. So let's try it.
Mmm. Oh. It's terrible. Oh, now the oven's ready. Oh, it's like it's like tomato and like still raw apple got hot. So thanks, guys. This has been a Cooking with Whatever's in Your Fridge with Casey and Anna.
Anna and Casey.
I just said that. Thanks. Bye. All right, so much to learn on the YouTubes. So I don't know about you all, but I am getting real tired of reading the news. So we created our own news channel. Here we have Parent News Update.
Good afternoon. I'm Vanessa Menton.
And I'm Christine Martini.
And we are reporting live from our home studios to discuss the parenting news during this pandemic. So parents have had to face some unique challenges, and we are here to report live from the field for some of the parenting subjects that have affected you the most.
Yes, well, as you know, Vanessa, I don't have kids, but I do have some opinions.
We know, Christine, your skin looks perfect. Would you have a homemade avocado facial or something? I tried to do that, and my 3-year-old ate it with his feet.
Oh, that sounds... thank you for the compliment. But speaking of feet, first up, we have a special report from Zach Heislip in the field on potty training. Yikes. How's that going for you, Zach?
Hi, Vanessa and Christine. I'm live here from my bathroom, and the situation is tense. The locals are apprehensive about a situation that has been described as both terrible, and some have called it a craptastrophe. It all started last week when the current leaders of this family, aka mom and dad, decided it would be a good idea to potty train the male child. Local spokesman said that the parents were tired of changing diapers and wiping butts. What they failed to realize was they were going to wipe just as many butts, but those butts would be in motion and running around the house. A terrible decision by the leaders of this family. They will soon be replaced in the next election. Anyway, I can't go into details about it because no one will go on the record, but I've heard it from a very good source that poop has been on the ground.
Ew, that sounds rough.
Ugh, Zach, yikes.
Rough indeed. Yes, the feeling here is very dire. They're looking for all the thoughts and prayers that you can give them. Send thoughts and prayers, cleaning supplies, hand sanitizer, money, alcohol to my house, and we may get through this thing. So I will keep you updated as the situation unfolds. Back to you.
Thank you, Zach. We will be sending our thoughts and prayers to you. That sounds rough. All right, Christine, you know, a lot of parents are actually in the situation right now where they're going to have to teach their kids at home as well as maintain full-time jobs.
Man,
So
don't envy
that's a
that.
lot. Yeah, and Carla Beard-Leroy, who has 2 kids, is a teacher herself, and she's here to report on how that's going. Carla?
Hello. Hi. Oh, there I am. It's me.
Hey, Carla.
Hey. Yeah. It's not going so hot.
No.
I mean, like with the 2 kids and trying to teach and trying to make videos and find a quiet spot, and so much happening. It's so much happening. There's so much noise all the time, and I'm trying to teach. I have to make these videos, and I can't make a video that's longer than 3 minutes because the children here are so loud, and the man who lives here too, he is loud as well. Good. And I don't think my own children are learning. I don't know what they're doing. And the girl has a meltdown every day. Yes.
Oh, I was just going to ask. I thought, you know, maybe given that you are a teacher yourself, your kids are actually, they've got a leg up with you as their mom teaching from home. Such lucky kids.
No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. I mean, in theory, that's how it should work. It works on paper, but in real life, no, it's a shit show.
Wow. Well, thank you, Carla. That really does seem impossible.
Yeah, it's rough, but thank you guys.
Wow.
Thanks for having
me
me
there,
back.
Carla.
I will.
Along with Zach, we're sending you our thoughts and prayers.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Can you
pretty.
imagine, Christine, how tough that is?
No,
Wow.
feeling pretty lucky to be in my parents' basement.
You bet you are.
Yeah. Well, okay, this is fun. So we have a forecast with Jen Malinsky, who's ready to give us an update right now. Jen, how's it going?
Not good. I'm going to be honest. It's not going good. I will say I had a good handle on things for.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to let you know we could hear you.
Oh, okay, great. It's not going good. I was doing great there for a few weeks and had a bit of a setback, had a bit of a breakdown, had a reset, and I'm now keeping a motivational chart so I can kind of power through and make sure I don't have another one. So I'm calling it the countdown to breakdown. There we go. I am currently 3 days breakdown free. But I will say that I'm feeling a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure with this whole situation. A lot of homeschooling for preschool and middle school. Husband is here, the dogs, cooking, cleaning, and not to mention what's happening across the U.S. There's a high pressure situation taking place everywhere. We got some MAGA hats taking place in Minnesota as well as Michigan with protests and rallies against the quarantine. We've got some other states that never even started mitigating, so they're just running rampant. And let's not forget that now Florida has opened their beaches. So all this red is not good. It's making the pressure system a little bit more. And with all this happening, it could mean our quarantine stay is even longer, which means we're all being put into a pressure cooker. I don't know how good that's going to turn out, but I'm doing all right. 3 days breakdown free. Back to you, ladies.
Wow.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, man, I'm saying she's feeling it. Well, here's something that I can relate to, or I could when I wasn't living in my parents' basement with COVID-19. Xavier Dorsey is here with tips on dating.
Thank you, Christine and Vanessa.
Yeah.
One thing that we all still need during this lockdown is love and attention from someone other than our offspring. Hi, and welcome to Date Hub. Today, I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to start your very own Date Hub. Tip number 1, schedule ahead. Now, you want to make sure that your children are preoccupied before your date starts. What I like to do, I like to take away all the devices in the house, the TVs, the video games, lock them up, and for 5 hours before my date. And then once the date starts, give it back to them, bam, preoccupied children. Next up, designated area. Now, some of my favorite designated areas are the bedroom closet, the kitchen pantry, the closet underneath the stairs downstairs. All of these are prime locations to set up your very own date hub. Next up, we have creating ambience. What I like to do is I like to start off with something real nice to drink and then set the mood with lighting. One of my favorites, Christmas lights. Just hang them up and let the fun begin. Another thing that you're gonna need, essential accessories. And no, ladies, not those accessories. We are talking about extension cords, more power cords, and power packs to make sure your date doesn't end prematurely. And last but not least, know your exits. One of my favorite exit strategies is shutting the whole internet down in the house so that way your date has no idea what happens. Well, those are 5 tips that you're going to need to start your very own date hub. Back to you ladies in the studio.
Thanks, Xavier. Quite the Casanova.
Yeah, I can write those down.
Well, and now here is something that I can relate to. Dan Baker did a segment on fun things to do during nap time.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I'm Dan Baker, and as you have all probably heard from a million irritating marketers on your favorite streaming services, or if you still have cable, these are troubling times. And with COVID-19 still running rampant and these stay-at-home orders, there's very few bright spots in our day. And as a stay-at-home dad, as we're all stay-at-home parents, the primary caregiver, while my wife works, of a 2.5-year-old boy, I just want to share with you a bright spot in my day. And that's one of my favorite drink recipes that I like to call nap time. And I do make this drink at nap time, and it's just a little bit of a drink to take the edge off. So I just wanted to share this recipe with you that you can take with you and have in your home to make this stay-at-home period a little easier on you. So let's just start with some of the ingredients. First, start with one of your favorite bottles of bourbon. Doesn't matter what your favorite bottle is, just choose your favorite bottle of bourbon. I also have some bacon that I pre-made. It's in this little Ziploc baggie. I didn't want to go through that whole rigmarole of showing you how to make bacon. People know how to do that. Also have a bottle of Cointreau, and surprisingly, also a bottle of Grand Marnier. So top that off and finish it with your favorite citrus, a lemon or a lime. Probably have it on your kitchen counter or in your refrigerator. So what we're going to do to start is start with the bourbon. And the recipe calls for just 1 shot of the bourbon. There we go. And we can pour this just straight into the glass, right? There we go. And I'd like to take this moment to just let you know that throughout this recipe, feel free to improvise. Make it your own. There's a little dash or a touch of something you'd like to add, feel free, make it your own. Just wanted to provide this base level recipe for you, just as inspiration. So to that point, I'm just going to add a little bit more bourbon for this recipe. Yep. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Yeah. That's good. Well, thank you for joining me. I really hope that you enjoy the rest of the show, and I will see all of you hopefully out in the greater city of Chicago in 6 short weeks or 12 months.
I'm sorry to cut in, but we have some breaking news. There seems to be a hostage situation in Oak Park. The hostage has sent some video footage, and I assume their demand. Why don't we roll that tape?
Help me, please. Someone.
We had to delete another video because she was doing this. Okay, let's do something called tag. I'm gonna get you. 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 Accurate.
Oh no.
Bye.
Wow. Well, we will keep you posted on this developing and frightening situation. These kids are ruthless. Okay. Well, from Oprah to Dolly Parton, celebrities are reading to kids online has become a popular 7-minute break in the day for tired parents. Here's our own Zach Highslip reading from a classroom.
If you're on the school bus or outside having fun, don't worry about a toot or two. It happens to everyone. That's a silly book, right? But I think it has a pretty important lesson for us, don't you think?
All you had to say is that you farted.
Great.
Classic.
It looks like we actually have an update from Jen.
Oh,
I'm a
how's
bit
she
worried
doing?
about her, so I'd love to check in.
I don't care. I'm sorry, ladies. I have to reset. I gotta reset. And I feel like days was way too much of a dream. So we're gonna have to steer the ship to hours breakdown free. Hours. You know, I go to Costco. I go there at the expense of my family, its well-being, and they don't have Kirkland peanut butter, right? And the 4-year-old who doesn't need anything, he needs 3 things, ladies. 3. He only eats the Kirkland peanut butter, and guess what? They're out of it. They're out of it. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna have to prostitute for peanut butter. I'm gonna have to suck a D for peanut butter.
Jen, hang in there.
Yeah,
We're sending
I
you
wouldn't
our-
do that.
Shut up!
Okay.
Sorry
about that, folks.
Yeah, we're all doing our best. So, thank you for watching. I'm Christine Martini.
And I'm Vanessa Menton, and this has been Parenting News.
Thank you so much. So before we leave you, we are going to do one last quick improv. At the beginning of the show, we asked you, what are some of the craziest things that have happened to you during the quarantine? Things like your kids set up a GoFundMe page, or your daughter broke her arm and you had to go to the ER in the middle of this. I'm not saying whether any of those things actually happened to us, but they did. So knowing now that there's a little bit of a lag, and I will wait for it, what are some of the things that might have happened to you? They can be simple, they can be complex. We're going to do a quick improv to highlight that. We'll bring some of our actors back up on stage. Vanessa, while we're waiting for those suggestions, do you want to share your GoFundMe experience?
Yeah, we were really proud of our kids a couple weeks ago. They had some downtime and somehow figured out how to post a GoFundMe page so that they could fund their acquisition of a new puppy during our quarantine. So lots of important life skills being learned here.
Amazing. Yes. I mean, you have to applaud the ingenuity, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm seeing my son broke his school computer 1 week into teaching from home. Wow. I know at my kid's school, that's a $500 fine. I'm so sorry. So we're going to have our actors improvise a little bit. I'm going to go away and we can replace that spot with my cat. I'll see you in a minute. You're going to improvise off of my son broke his school computer 1 week into teaching at home.
Well, you all know that the equipment is quite expensive, so I gathered you here to make sure that you know that there is a penalty for breaking the school's equipment here in this county.
Well,
It
it's
seems
an
like
accident.
There's no coverage. We don't have insurance coverage for accidents. This is a responsibility of each parent and family to take care of the equipment.
We definitely are. We definitely haven't broken anything, right, guys?
I'm poor. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not going to happen. I can't.
Yeah, no, we definitely didn't. We didn't break anything. whatever you heard from whoever is all just innuendo and false rumor. Everything's good here. Don't ask to see it. Don't ask to see the equipment because it is just fine, and it's only being used for educational purposes.
We just want to make sure your son's going to be able to submit his assignments on time next week.
Right.
So we should be receiving all of those assignments on time. Is that correct?
Absolutely. They might be coming by mail. The U.S. Postal Service is that's still running, right? Right.
It is, but I'm sorry. We can't accept mail due to a lesser amount of staff that can actually take the U.S. mail in safely.
Hey, come rain or shine or snow or however that goes, right? I mean, it should still be going just fine. So it's all good. It's all good. We're all good.
Mr. Peterson, I have your equipment right next to me. It's broken in half. Like the screen is in half.
That's how it came. That it's one of those flip things, right?
You know, I have a little bit of a confession to make. You know, my kid used his laptop for PE, which was instructed on the instruction. So I mean, you know, like I said, it was an accident, and I feel like you all should be, you know, responsible for that.
I agree with him. Even as irresponsible as he is, I agree with him that you should be responsible as the school system.
Thank you.
So we should be paying for the equipment for the children?
Yes.
If you're going to make gym a requirement, yeah.
May I ask how it was broken in PE?
Yes, it was a wonderful experience. You know, we were mimicking baseball throws from the top of the roof, and you know, the screen had a strike zone on the screen. So what are we supposed to do? You know, you put a strike zone on the computer screen, and my kid's got to practice throwing. He's gonna throw the ball.
I'll speak for you guys. That's terribly irresponsible, sir. You shouldn't have broken their equipment. But then again, the school system should pay. So,
I mean, we pay for the school system. The school should pay. And also, I'm going to say right now, my kid, I'm not submitting it. They're not submitting. We're not going to do this thing anymore. We're not submitting.
Submitting any of your work?
We're not going to submit anymore. You want to know why? Because it's not really helpful. They're not really learning.
You pay for your car, but you also got to pay for your car when you break it. Just saying.
It's an interesting point. I mean, Mrs. Greenberg, I just want to remind you too that if you don't have your child participate in the schoolwork, you will solely be responsible for their education and entertainment all the hours of every day.
Is that a threat, Veronica?
It's just quite simply stating the reality of the situation that we're in.
That is a threat.
She learns more from the dance stuff than she does from this submit this thing now. You know, she's learning. She did one of those stop motion movies. She made her own stop motion movie, and in my opinion, that was much more fruitful than the number buns and submit thing. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I also don't get what you're saying, and I'm not tracking to it.
All right, and we'll end it there. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, thank you so much for bearing with us during this technology. It is a steep learning curve. We're getting there. We are going to be coming back in 2 weeks. So please keep those coming, the comments about the craziest things that have happened to you. We're going to use that as inspiration for scenes for in the next 2 weeks on May 9th, I want to say. Yes, it is. So thank you to our cast. Thank you to our incredible tech director, Sam McNerland, who's learning this along with us, to the Annoyance. Please check out our website, which is www.theparentcrapshow.com. And if you feel inspired, the ER that my daughter went to when she did break her arm during this was incredible. It was at Weiss Hospital, and there's a local restaurant called Lucy's that is bringing food to hospitals in Uptown and Humboldt. So all the information for that is on our website as well. So thank you. We will leave you with this.
You go home, people.